Alrighty, guys. Good morning. Dave Santarelli from BreakingChartAlerts.com. First off, guys, what I want to do, we have a trade challenge trade here on FedEx, okay? We're up almost 100% on that. FedEx is getting a nice climb here. So I have on my notepad for things to do this morning, FedEx, that's going to be one of the things. We want to keep an eye on that trade challenge account, and we want to continue to see that to grow, especially this week here. We're going to see some volatility. So FedEx, we're going to be looking to lock in profits on that sometime today. We have this week's expiration on that. Technology is continuing to make new highs here. Gold's up over 10%. Remember I was telling you about the cyclical trend on gold? Here's gold shares right now, popping to almost $30, 10.37% here. Came right down to that 50-day simple moving average and a big pop there. Obviously, gold's going to continue to rise as that's a safe haven for most investors, long-term investors going into the election here. So I think we're going to continue to see gold and SLV, silver, continue to spike here, continue to rise. I think we could do a nice little swing trade on silver. Remember, we locked in our silver trade and our gold trade near the highs. Then we had that pullback, and now we could look to re-enter into gold and silver again, and that's what we're going to be doing today, is looking at gold, silver. I'm writing that down on my notepad here because we want to be gold and silver, SLV. So FedEx, and then NVDA is at new all-time highs again. Remember that was upgraded a few weeks ago to 480 share? Now she's up 2.5% here, $11.44, 474. We were talking about that retracement down to that 20 and looking to hop in there. I was talking about it nonstop in the trade room. I failed to jump in myself, but I'm in quite a bit of other positions here that I wanted to manage. Overstock is taking a nice climb here. NVIDIA, I think we're going to see that at that 480, possibly even 500 this week. So we could do either calls on NVIDIA or an in-the-money vertical spread as a paycheck trade, and we could use like 460 as our support. So I'd be looking at the 457, 50, 460 vertical spread as a paycheck if we were looking at NVIDIA for this week. I think that's a solid trade there. 460 is going to be support. So the 457, 50, 460 vertical spread would be a beautiful paycheck there that we're going to be looking into. But like I said, it's a Monday morning. We'll give the markets time to adjust and reflect the news from the weekend here. So Overstock, OSTK, that's one we've been talking about. Another retracement down to that 10. Now look at it spiking off that 10 here. I'm going to be looking at that 110 as resistance or the target for this week. So she's only at $100 now. That's another 10% climb from where it's at. I think Overstock has that momentum, especially going with COVID cases on the climb and everything. I think the online retail stocks are going to be a nice one to go with. Macy's is continuing to climb too, $7.27 a share. Let's see, what else do we got here? Tesla, TDOC was upgraded nicely. Remember our trade plan now, and it's always something that comes up with that trade plan that causes shares to spike. TDOC's at almost $200 again right now. I don't know why it's not showing up here, but TDOC's almost at $200 right now. Apple on the right here, 464, continuing to climb. Tesla's having the stock split. Apple's having the stock split. Those are going to be stocks we want to take a look at. Continue to trade. You guys remember when we were all the way back here on Tesla, we made that out of the money vertical spread. That's going to have a big gain there for that September 4th expo that we picked up. So looking forward to that trade. And looking good.
Announcing enrollment and dosing.
Here we go, guys. Opening bell here. Let's take a look at that Qs. And then we're going to be looking at FedEx. Let's look at FedEx here quick. FDX.
That's Alpha Tango Oscar Sandy.
Let me see what we're up on the trade challenge account on that. Alrighty, guys, we're up 73% on our FedEx trade, 83% now. Let's see, sell to close, 7.50. Let's see if I can get 750 for it. Order status, live, change. Alrighty, guys, I just sold FedEx at 7.40. 7.40 on the trade challenge account.
Dow Jones Industrial Average up 0.2% at the open. S&P near a record high up 0.3%, S&P 500. NASDAQ Composite up 0.6% after the open.
Nice climb here continuing on Tesla. FedEx is looking good. Let's see some of our other positions here. Let's see what we got. Guys, remember that Teladoc trade we have? That's still in the account here. The 192.50, 195 for August 21st. I think we picked that up as a paycheck trade as well, didn't we? She had a nice climb there to that 195. Came down to support at 180. Teladoc's continuing to climb. That's a nice trade there. Let's see what NVIDIA's doing. I want to watch tech. Now remember, it's Monday, so a lot of shifts come early Monday. So don't jump into anything too quick. Look at NVIDIA still breaking higher. That's a nice chart there. 476.51. I think that's easily going to see that 480 today and 500 this week. So I'm going to set an alert here on E-Trade because I don't want to miss out on this trade. Okay, so we got our buy signal on Overstock. Price above 102.75. It's greater than. Remember when we made that limit of $40.10 when that was breaking higher?
APLT, Alpha Papa Lima Tango, Applied Therapeutics.
Alrighty, so now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to clear events and reset alerts.
On Action Kids Study, that's Alpha Papa Lima Tango, APLT.
Alright, now what I want to do. Okay, so let's make one here on NVIDIA, NVDA, just in case it gets away from us while we're watching something else here. Let's say 480. She breaks above 480. I'm going to do an in-the-money vertical spread as a paycheck trade for this week. I'll probably put about $1,500 in it. Look for that $1,500 paycheck for the week. So if she breaks above 480, let's clear out the less than alert window. Notes, buy in the money, vertical spread, paycheck. Great. All right, that's been set. So if NVIDIA breaks 480, I should get a nice. Now here's that beautiful climb here starting to get on NVIDIA. I might just watch this and put in a trade for this week.
Housing Market Index scheduled for 10 a.m., but those numbers were.
Oh, the other thing that came out was the new construction on new housing. Unbelievable numbers there.
78.
Record highs. Anything above 50 is good, and we're at 74 there with new construction. Justin said he sold FedEx at 760. Good start to the day. That was a nice job there. We closed it out for a 79% gain on FedEx. There goes NVIDIA. So let me just get this ready here. Order option chains. An alert has been met. There we go. It just came up for NVIDIA. I'll click OK. I was watching it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy. Now, Since it's Monday, I'm not going to get the full trade right now because I don't want to look at a market hitting new all-time high and then having that retracement there. So I'm going to get something. Let's see, buy to open, sell to open, call. We'll do the August 21st. This is going to be a paycheck trade. Let's take a look at the 470, 250, 475. That's going for $1.15 now, $1.30 to be worth 250. You can't beat that. It could drop 5 points here. You're still going to make that 100% return. So I like that. Net debit limit order, I'll put in for 1.30. Let's see here. So 10 contracts would be 1,300. I'm probably going to do, half is just too small there. Let me see here how many I want to do. Let me take a look at 6-month daily here. I think we're going to see that 500 this week on the video. Let's see. Buy to open, sell to open. She's still breaking higher there. Now see, now the midpoint's at 150. Avilio, I saw that on the way to work this morning. I was wondering if you were still in that. Let me see, I put in order status. See, it's not even filling on that NVIDIA yet. Alrighty, guys, I just made a paycheck trade on NVIDIA. I got the 470, 250, 475 vertical spread, and we paid, let me see exactly what we paid for it. I put it in. There's the order I just put in. I put in an order for $1.45. Let me see what it filled at. NVIDIA 23. I paid $1.42 for it. $1.42 to be worth $1.50.
Getting a pop here, low price stock, Alpha Victor Golf Romeo.
That's a NVIDIA paycheck trade. So $1.42, 2.5, divide that by 1.42. That's a max gain there of 76.1%. And all we need is NVIDIA above 475. She could drop 10 bucks. We're still going to make that nearly 76% gain. She's nearing 485 now. There she goes. Big break out there on NVIDIA, continuing to break higher. So that's nice. We just made a paycheck trade on NVIDIA. We closed out our old paycheck trade on FedEx this morning. Our stop on NVIDIA, if we look at the 3-month daily, it's going to be about 465, 470. 465 is a good stop there, because that's still going to leave that spread with quite a bit of value, even if it did hit our stop, since it's climbing so much now. Let's see here. Let's see, Home Depot. Avilio, you still in that, or did you sell that? Still in it? Nice, nice, nice. Nice day today. I want to see Facebook start that run here. Let's put up Facebook over here. I think if Facebook starts that run again, I'm going to jump back in. Facebook had a nice run, retraced back down to that 10, looking to break higher here again. I'm going to put Q's up above here. Remember we were talking about Google last week too, getting up to that blue 20 on a 3-month daily? Take a look at Google on a 3-month daily. Still holding above that blue 20 SMA. The MACD is just about ready to cross. I think we're going to see a big run in the coming months on Google. I really want to take advantage of this. So I'm going to write Google down here on my notepad. So now what we did so far, like we talked about this morning before market open, we locked in the FedEx trade challenge account trade, locked in a 79% gain on that. We talked about looking at gold and silver as a cyclical trend. We're going to be looking at that, probably we'll see that around 11, give the market a little time to settle down there. So we'll look at gold and silver. We made a NVDA paycheck trade, got in $1.42 to be worth $2.50. That's a max net gain of 76%, and NVIDIA is looking great. It had an upgrade to 480. I think we could easily see that at 500. We could even look for something like a 495, 500 vertical spread out of the money for something like a 400% gain if we think NVIDIA is going to continue that breakout momentum cycle and phase. So we could definitely look at that. And then we talked about Google here. So Google, I think that's going to be a nice swing trade for the next 2 months out. So I'll look at something for 60 days plus expo on a Google trade here in a little bit. I just want to look at the markets now, see what everything is doing. Let me look at the trade challenge account. We got a big climb on the trade challenge account here. So we're in an Activision trade in the trade challenge account. That one's having a nice run here today. We're also in an AMD trade that's looking good. Grubhub trade that's looking good. Trade challenge account's looking really great, actually. Would like to see that at 10,000 this week like we talked about last week. So I'm going to be looking for some good swing trades. Actually, I should make a paycheck trade in the trade challenge account on NVIDIA. I'm very confident in NVIDIA. That's got a lot of institutional buyers behind it. And you can see that with the volume. Avilio closed out trades for $5,000 this morning. Nice job. Nice job. Avilio, you got to come up and get this office here. We could trade together. A lot of people having problems with Thinkorswim this morning. Algo Taco, Jack Daniels, J.S. Bayer, Mike Antheil. Wow. Efren, remind me later today. I got to find out my password for Thinkorswim for Sophie's account. Sophie hasn't been in school. I made her an account, if you guys remember, but with the shutdown, I totally forgot the password for the Thinkorswim account. Got to reset that. Look at the account just continuing to climb here. Up over $2,000 today now. That overstock September 18th. We have the 95-100 vertical spread. Remember we got that for the September 18th exo. That's looking incredible now. Tesla. What a gain on our Tesla trade again today. What is Tesla doing? I'm surprised Avilio or Elias isn't trading Tesla here. Look at Tesla, guys, up over 4.5% here. $7.21 a share. We have the 1690, 1700 vertical spread on Tesla. Avilio said he made $700 on Tesla this morning. Nice job. That trade's looking incredible. Let me see what we could sell that at now if we wanted to. Because that doesn't expire until September 4th, and I'd much rather Tesla is one of those ones, though. Once it has that split, she's going to rocket higher. So what I really should be doing is buying more Tesla now. But my nerves are kind of getting to me. I kind of want to lock in these profits and then go to the next one. But let's see how much I'd be leaving on the table if I closed it out now. Tesla, we have the September 4, 1690, 1700. Call spread. That was a paycheck trade too. September 4th. Set will buy to close is 1700. Sell to close 1690. So we could get about $5 for that now, but it could be worth 10. So I'd be leaving 100% gain plus on the table. I don't want to do that. I got like $3,000 in Tesla, so you know that's an extra $5,000 I'd be leaving on the table combined if I sold out early. I don't want to leave the $5,000 on, especially if I think that's going to continue to climb. But what I can do is utilize some of the profits from our other trades here to get into another out-of-the-money vertical spread on Tesla to look for that other 300% gain, just like this one's going to make us here by September 4th. You know, once Tesla has that 5-for-1 split there, it's going to be off to the races for that next big run. Still climbing on Tesla. Let's see here, what else is running? Google, 1545, 1550 vertical spread we have on Google. That's looking good. Let me see if I want to get into a Google trade. Love to get in if it breaks that 1525. I'm going to set an alert on that.
CLPS resumes trading now, 437. CLPS shares up 24% on CLPS.
Okay, so we're going to add Google here. Googl. And let's say 1525. That's the resistance. If it breaks that, I think there's a good shot it's going to go for that 1550. So if it breaks 1525, I'm going to set the alert for now. 1525.00. So if it's greater than 1525, I'm going to look for that 1550 to 1575 as a target. So if it breaks that 1525, what I'm going to do for the first trade on Google is get an in-the-money vertical spread for that week's expo, lock in that paycheck trade, and then if that makes us like a $5,000 profit, I'll probably just use $2,000 or $3,000 of that profit to look for that next 1550 to 1575 climb. So I'll probably do something like an out-of-the-money vertical spread on the second trade on Google. Just so you know what our game plan is here. Alrighty, there we go. Now we have 3 alerts set. Once those alerts are met, then we know what trades we're making. Google, NVDA, and Overstock. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is still continuing to climb, just retraced down to that 20. NEO is moving again.
NEO, weekly $14 call sweep.
They're picking up the 14 calls for this week on NEO. It came down to that 20, so now you're hearing that first here. So you know they're probably going to come up on unusual options activity, might possibly come up on the halftime report on CNBC. If they do say, hey, there's weekly expos coming on NEO, well then their followers are going to jump in by that and it's going to cause it to rocket higher. So you can see it's already taken off now. So you know what, that might not be too bad of an idea if we want to do a little short-term swing trade on NEO.
Secretary David Bernhardt says oil
we could definitely do that and pick up that 14 strike.
In about 8 years and last for 50 years. The update, that's from Reuters now, an earlier report from Dow Jones.
NEO is climbing heavily here. So if you wanted to look at this, you'd be looking at the August 21st. The 14 strike is what they're picking up. It's going for 43 cents. Stock's already up about 3.5% today, 47 cents. You know, or if you really wanted something that you don't need a dollar climb on to make a gain, I mean, doing in the money, buy to open, sell to open. Most traders don't know about in the money vertical spreads. You know, they can't comprehend that concept when they're a new trader yet, or they just haven't been taught. So that's something that you guys could use in your arsenal there, looking for that bigger gain, lower risk. You could look at the 13.50. Look at that. It's going for 26 cents to be worth 50. So 0.5, divide that by 0.26. You're going to make a 92.3% gain on this, even if it drops 4 cents. Whereas if those guys that are picking up the 14 strike, they need it to climb $1 just to make 100%. Whereas if you go with this spread here, it could even drop and you'll still make that 92%. So that's a nice setup right here on NEO if you wanted to take advantage of that. You know, is it going to drop 55 cents? You know, that's where your max loss is, any below $13. So it needs to drop big time for you to have that max loss there. But if that gets that momentum behind it, this is going to rocket up to that 14 bucks quick to that unusual option that they're buying there at the 14 strike. I mean, you could see the activity on that. Look at the total interest, 23,537. Total volume, 10,088 contracts. So that's a nice setup there. Ephraim, let's send that out as a trade idea on NEO. The 13.50 vertical spread for this week's expo. And that could be, you know, that could be considered a paycheck trade. But I don't say a paycheck trade on this one, just a good trade idea, a solid trade idea. And then in the description, we could talk about the unusual option activity coming up on the 14 strike for this week's expo. It's a nice setup there. We could keep an eye on that. Gold's pretty sideways there. Let's check out silver. This is why on opening bell I said wait until about 11 o'clock on gold and silver. Around then you'll see it start to pick up again. Either pick up or have a bigger drop off. I think they're going to be running into gold and silver into the election here, so I'll still be trading that. Let's see. Overstock's up 12.5% now. 105 a share on Overstock. Man, this one's going to be another $200 one like Wayfair. If you guys remember, we called this when it was around $35, $40 a share back here, and it continued that breakout momentum. It held that 10-day really well, had a big breakout, retracement down to that 10, big breakout, and then it had that big retreat. And you guys remember when we had that spread here, you know, we had that retracement down to the 10. It's trade plan perfection here. Right down to that 10, retracement, and now it's getting that big move. Now what you're going to be looking for is that 125 to 150 target on Overstock going into October for the holiday cyclical trend here with people buying into Christmas and everything. So I think that's going to be a really good one here on Overstock. I think that's going to be one we might be trading in the afternoon. 106.37. Now it's up almost 14% for the day. Now look at Wayfair over here to the right. Wayfair is ticker symbol W. 6-month daily, another one. Ephraim, I didn't mean to say that. When he was up here, he was talking about this DJ Khaled because I kept saying another one, but I didn't know that was his saying. Anyway, going back here, Wayfair, another one, just a big breakout here. Continuing to break higher, retracement down to that 20, and then another big breakout. And this one's looking like, I mean, look at what this stock literally did. From 19 bucks a share to $325 in what? 4 months, 5 months. That's over 1,000% return there. Now Overstock is looking to do the same thing. Where else do you see moves like 15% in a day? That's not common. The reason why you're seeing these big moves is industrials are saying, you know what, COVID cases are going to start to climb. They're already talking about shutting down things again for the winter. You know, so as that happens, more people are going to be ordering online from online retailers like Overstock and Wayfair. And that's why you've seen such a big rush into Overstock and Wayfair and continuing to break higher here. So a nice opportunity to continue to trade on Wayfair and Overstock. I think Overstock's going to be $200 by the end of the year. I really do. And if you want to look at an overstock trade, an out of the money vertical spread there, it'd be nice. The options for it itself are quite expensive, but if you look at the, let's say the December 18th, buy to open, sell to open. Here's another trade idea we could pop out there. December 18th. Let's take a look.
Second U.S. Court of Appeals returns Tiffany's
140, 150. Let's see what that's going for.
Trial. That's TIF and COST.
Okay, so that's going for about 275 to be worth 10. So 10, divide that by 2.75. Your max net gain on this trade is a 264% max net if you pick it up for 275. All it needs to be is 150 or higher.
Now in Palestinians court, US
That's easily doable there. That's a lower risk trade idea. That's a nice setup for that continued big spike there. And the nice thing about this, if you get up to that 140, 150 quick, this is going to be worth $5 really quick. So you're already going to have a 90% gain if she gets up to that 140 in the next week or two. So if you decided, hey, I wanted to lock that in instead of taking that 264% max gain, you say, hey, you know what? In a week, I already made 90%. If she has another, 13 to 15% or 13 to 15 point climb, or a 15% climb again, like she's having today, you could lock in that 90% gain anytime within the next week or two if she climbs there. Like I said, or you could hold on to it for max net gain above 150, which is going to be about 264%. Let's see here. Google 1514, gold up 9.5%.
PEIX, Pacific Ethanol, popping here at $3.92. Papa Echo India X-Ray, PEIX.
Let's see, trade challenge account here. What's going on over here? Just about 10 o'clock.
CLBS, Clovis Oncology, moving to the highs of the day.
Wow, guys, I just turned around and looked at the trade challenge account. Remember Grubhub that we have in the trade challenge account.
Announcing publication of
Take a look.
Data from the company's
Grubhub's having a big breakout, up 1.6% here. Our trade challenge trade that we have on Grubhub, I just turned around. It's up $300 today.
About 8% now on Clovis Oncology, CLBS. ATSG, new ATS venture, provides training for airline pilots. That's Alpha Tango Sandy Golf.
NVDA, new highs again, 486, continuing to break higher. Let's take a look at NVIDIA here.
IZEA,
I'm thinking about
ICS,
making a trade on NVIDIA in the
NVDA
trade challenge account.
shape.
I think we're going to continue to see a big breakout of NVIDIA this week. I think 500 is a safe target. She might even get up much higher. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. So now, when you guys see this screen here, this is the main E-Trade account. So if I say I'm making a trade in the trade challenge account, that's the computer in back of me. The one that has 4,600 in it now. We started with 25. We got it down to 1,700 with that first USO trade, which was a disappointment. But we made some great trades and we brought that up now. So
advanced.
I think I'm going to make this NVIDIA trade
That's
here
Charlie
on
Romeo Bravo,
the
CLRP.
trade challenge account. I'm just going to show you guys it here. I'm going to look first, see what they're going for. I could do the 485, 490. See, if I'm going out of the money, though, I want something with at least 120% max net. That, if I'm picking it up for 250, it'd be worth 5. That's only 100%, and it's fully out of the money. So I'd rather go with something like the 480, 485. It's going for, what, 10 cents more. A little bit safer of a stock there, but NVIDIA had a big run. It's up over 5% today. 3-month daily, she's been continuing to run since she dropped all the way down to 430. I mean, remember that. This thing's up 55 points in the past 4 days here. So when it does have that retracement, it's going to be a big retracement. It's going to take out, you know, it's going to take out a good 15 to 20 points of where she's at. If she comes down to that 460 support, it's a 27 point retracement. But she's not showing any signs of retracement yet. $1,800 on Tesla, Vilio. Let me see that bad boy. Wow, 1744, up almost 6%. That Tesla trade is golden. Absolutely golden. I'm glad we made that. Should have got something further out of the money too. NVIDIA is still rising, so you know what? I might just pick up a regular call on NVIDIA in the trade challenge account, get a single contract. That way, if we have that big, see, they're so damn expensive though.
That's OPTT, Ocean Power Technologies.
All right, I'm going to pick up that 500 strike on NVIDIA for this week's Expo in the Trade Challenge account. One contract. Alrighty guys, I just got into NVIDIA on the Trade Challenge account. I picked up the NVIDIA August 21st 500 strike call, and that was executed at 12.40 a contract. So $1,240 for that. I'm going to look for that 500 target. So to have that $500 target, I mean, I'm already up 4% on that trade. It's nice. I'm already up $50 in the Trade Challenge account on it as NVIDIA's ripping higher here. So take a look. So what I did is I'm going to have 500 as a target. I picked up the 500 strike right down here. Let me add on here the columns. Let me add the delta here so you guys could take a look at what I'm thinking about. So that has a delta of 0.41. She's at 488 now. So if we have that 12-point climb, 12-point climb, multiply that by our delta of 0.41, that means an increase in this premium by $4.92. So if we paid, what did we pay here? 12.4. So we paid 12.4, and if this increases by 4.92, that means 12.4 plus 4.92, that brings it up to 1732. And if we paid 12.4, 17.32, divide that by 12.4, that means we're looking for about a 40% return on this trade if NVIDIA gets up to 500. So we'll have about a 40 to 50% gain if NVIDIA gets up to 500. It's going to be more than that, obviously, if it happens today. So that's what we're going to be looking for. That nice climb there on NVIDIA. She's still breaking higher. And that trade's already up 5% now. We're up $57 on that one single contract in the Trade Challenge account. So that's what we're going to be looking for with NVIDIA. Now it's really important. Your stop on NVIDIA is going to be, I'm probably going to have it at about 480. But NVIDIA is having a big breakout, up over 5.5% today. You know, you're going to see that retracement down to that 1020 SMA throughout the day. So it's okay if you have that little retracement there. But we're going to look for that 40% gain on NVIDIA. We'll lock it in. And on a $1,200 trade, 1240, multiply that by 0.4, that's going to be a $500 gain in the trade challenge account. So that's going to increase that account by, 15%. And we keep looking for that each day. It's going to grow quickly to that 10,000 by the end of the week. Looking good. NVIDIA is still breaking high. New highs of the day on NVIDIA. Looking good.
AMZN, Candy Technologies, popping here 991, up 7% Kilo November Delta India.
Wow, Ron, you didn't get Thinkorswim working yet? Ron, if I were you, I'd go to E-Trade. Look at NVIDIA, still on the run. We're up 10% on the trade challenge trade we already made on NVIDIA. That's amazing. And it's only climbed about $1.
Stock mining getting some activity now here, $1.65 LODE. Company reporting their earnings earlier and provided an update. BA Boeing inducts 20th U.S. Navy FA-18 into service, life modification. BA Boeing, first release now.
Andrew Richardson says Walmart earnings are tomorrow. Walmart had such a nice climb this morning. Let's see what that's doing. 135 up 2%. 3-month daily, big breakout. New highs. We got a nice run going here. We're up about 3,000 overall today. Let's see, Apple looking good. Facebook, Google spread. That HPE, need that to do something there. That came up on CNBC, I guess, unusual options activity. I think Paula brought that up in the trade room there. Let's see, Moderna. Moderna holding that 70, holding that 50. NVDA is climbing off to 10. What a breakdown on Micron. Microsoft. That's starting another breakout there. I think we're going to see Microsoft up to that 215 this week. I'm going to put that down on my notepad here as well. Microsoft, I'll look at that later. Wow, the account's still running nicely here. About 3,300 for the day.
NOVN, Novan getting a pop here. Low price stock, Novan, NOVN. Amazon in talks to invest in rack space. That's AMZN and RKT. That
Amazon
Reuters.
in talks.
Again, Amazon in
Rack
talks to
space.
invest in rack space. That Romeo
Nice.
Kilo Tango. Romeo X-Ray Tango.
Seattle Public Schools to start school year remotely. Oh, I wonder what John thinks about that. I think he's out by there. TD says after holding for 40 minutes, they did an update. Apologize for the inconvenience. No other comments. It's ridiculous. What do you do if you're in options and you can't sell something and it's their fault? You know, you can't sell. I mean, who do you blame? Wow, you guys, your Thinkorswim's still not working? Wow. So you guys can't even log into the website and sell anything? Is that what you're saying, or you just can't make new trades?
Rackspace halted at the high, RXT up almost 12% on that Reuters report of possible investment by Amazon. President Trump says he has approved emergency declaration for Iowa and may visit.
Wow, a lot of our members having issues with Thinkorswim today. Quite a bit. Yeah, they will, Mike. I've had issues before where they've given me upwards of $800. Well, E-Trade has. Now, I don't know about TD Ameritrade. Pretty flat now from the run. Been flat for about the past 20 minutes. Take a look at Q's. Q's pulled back a bit from the highs this morning. Diamond, same thing. SPY, same thing, pulled back from the highs. Our trades are still up pretty good. Let's see Activision.
RXT resumes trading now. Romeo Trade Tango. Rackspace. Rackspace shares now at 1945. 16% following that Reuters report again that Amazon is in talks with the company to invest into the company, RXT and AMZN.
I think that's going to continue to climb higher, don't you guys? This is a newer company, too. She's going to have another run. Let's see, option chain, RXT. That's these are one of those ones you can make a quick 50% on
Mayor de
and just get rid of
Blasio
it.
now with his daily update in New York City.
September 18th. That's quite a bit. August 21st, 1750 is going for about 240. So at 1990, you got a break even. Anything above that, you'll start making some nice profits. SPY's starting to climb here. First candle above the 20 in quite some time. Might be able to make a nice day trade on Facebook. Look at that retracement on Facebook. She's trading sideways now in consolidation, no trade zone. She already had that MACD cross. If she climbs above that 1020 here, and we see that 1020 cross, we could trade that up to 263.50 or 264. We'll see if the markets still want to climb today. Alrighty, I'm going to end the YouTube one right now. I think that's about it for YouTube. If you guys want to come join us, you guys could go to breakingchartalerts.com. I'm going to stay on Zoom now for our paid members here. So great job today on YouTube, guys. If you guys have been following us, we'd locked in a profit on our FedEx trade, 79%. We're looking at gold and silver in the afternoon here. We made a paycheck trade on NVDA for this week. We also made a nice trade there on Google. And we're going to be looking for that next breakout there. Alrighty, YouTube, come join us at breakingchartalerts.com and stay on here now with our members on Zoom. Take care, guys.